All rise. Oyez, oyez, oyez. Silence is commanded by this honorable commission. All those having business draw near.
Thank you, and you may be seated. As the deputy says, silence is commanded. So I'm gonna ask all of you now to check your device, check your cell phone. All right, because I have extra deputies stationed around, and if it goes off now, it's going to our local bread and breakfast. It won't stay with you, and it'll be trouble for you getting it from there. So let me ask all of you, including the commissioners, check your phones. All right, check your phones. Let's make sure they're off. At this time, we're going to have our usual friend, and he's been with us so long, and he's been doing this for us for a while until they don't even give me a resume. They don't give me they just say it's like I'm bringing Johnny Carson back. Here's Johnny, all right? But today we have to bring us our inspiration and our invocation. We have Pastor Lonnie Manilejo, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Okay, all these years from the Central Christian Church. He comes with us all the time at this particular order of service, and as we recognize our POWs and MIAs, and today is that day that we will do that. And so he's going to do an inspiration first, and then he'll get to the invocation. When he gets to the invocation, I'm going to ask all of you to stand as we do for prayer. And then after the prayer, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. I was trying to wait till our veterans get here, but he might be behind a car accident too. So I'll leave that in case Commissioner Whiteley doesn't get here before we get to the pledge. And then after then, we have the roll call. So, Pastor, the floor is yours. And good to see you again.
Good to see you, Mr. Chairman, and commissioners, and everyone that's here, all these fine-looking young people behind me. I was speaking to some of them a little moment ago, and I told them they didn't believe me. I used to be your age.
All of us.
But aren't they good-looking? Fine. I'd like to have them all in the church. I'd put them to work in a hurry. It is good to be with you folks today. I looked up in the dictionary. That's where I spend my life, in the dictionary. The word inspiration, it means the process of being mentally stimulated.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I worked with a maintenance crew when I was in college, and part of our job was to cut the professor's yard during the summertime. And so we loaded up the lawnmower on the back of Old Blue, which is a blue pickup truck, went over and started cutting the grass. The neighbor behind him, as I was cutting the grass, was a fence, and he had a garden in there. And some peas, maybe a little corn, stuff like that. And as I was cutting the grass, I noticed there's a big old snake in the yard. Well, I got stimulated. I didn't know what to do. I threw some pine cones at it. It wouldn't move. Summer day, you know how snakes are. They love the sun. So I went back to cutting the grass, and I got to thinking about that. What if that snake is poison? Because to me, all snakes are poison. Well, I decided I better go around to the front door of that house, knock on it, which I did, to tell them you got a snake in your yard, you got kids, they get bitten. I feel awful bad about that. Nobody was home. So I went back cutting the grass. I got to thinking about that again. What if they come home? Well, I decided what I'd do is pick up a big stick, jump across that fence, and beat that rubber snake slap to death. I was stimulated. They put that snake in there to keep the birds and varmints out of their garden. My wife and I were watching a TV program one time, and this lady was crying her heart out. Bless her heart, we felt so sorry for her. Her husband had passed away, and at the end of the program, we were pretty much emotional with her. But come to find out, the fellow died 25 years ago. So I looked at my wife and said, honey, if I go first, 1 year is plenty enough time for that. She says it won't take that long. I was stimulated. It is good to be with you folks today. The responsibility is to bring you a moment of inspiration, devotion. Being a Christian, I will approach this from a biblical perspective and point of view. The Bible says in Proverbs 23:23, buy truth and do not sell it. Get wisdom and understanding. The truth in the book of Proverbs is presented as something that is being valued above all else, something to be bought and something never to be sold. It encompasses honest dealing, the rejection of lies and pride, a commitment to wisdom and understanding, and a humble approach to life in one's own heart. The book offers practical guidance for living truthfully by providing wisdom that helps people understand God's perspective and to act accordingly in our daily lives. I believe that anyone in a position of authority must act in truth. Sadly, we have taken truth and defined it according to man's and what he thinks. We have decided that truth is based on what we desire and not what the facts are. I guess another way of saying this is that you have your truth and I have my truth. And even though that contradicts each other, one is just as valid as another. That's where we find ourselves today. Now I know, and of necessity, I think you know as well, that kind of thinking leads us into chaos. A man was told by his physician that he only had 6 months to live, and he says, "Doctor, can I do anything?" He said, "Yes, sir, you can. First, you give all your possessions to the poor. Next, you move into a cold water shack in the backwoods, and then you marry a woman with 9 children." He said, "Will that give me more time?" He said, "No, but that'll be the longest 6 months of your life." Now, you may find some truth in that or not. I do not know if there's any truth to that. Now, in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 3, the Bible says an interesting story there that you may remember maybe from your childhood days in Sunday school. And I'm just assuming that most of you probably went to Sunday school sometime in your life when you were a kid. Solomon is the judge over the king. He's the king of Israel. If you remember the story, 2 harlots came before him. These were prostitutes. They came and stood before Solomon. They both lived in the same house. They both were expecting children. They both had sons. One gave birth, the Bible says, 3 days later other than the other. And during the night, one of the women's son perished and died because the Bible says she was laying upon him, no doubt smothered that child. That woman got up in the middle of the night and exchanged her dead baby for the baby that was alive with the other mother. There was a fight. So they go to King Solomon, how he's going to settle this issue. Who is the real mother? What is the truth? And how are you going to find out? You recall that Solomon did not, did say, bring him a sword, and he was going to have that baby cut in half. Divide the living child in 2 halves, if you will. One will go to one woman, one will go to the other. But the real mother said, no. I would rather give up my child to live than to have something like that done, which is exactly what a real mother would have done, and that told Solomon who the real mother was. Now, you remember a few years ago when I stood before you folks, in 1 Kings chapter 3 and verse number 9, Solomon said these words as the kingship was given to him. He prayed to God, and he said, Lord, give to your servant, Solomon, an understanding heart to judge your people, to discern between good and evil, for who is able to judge this great people of yours? That's why we've come today. That's why it's a privilege for me to come and stand before you folks, to pray for you, to have wisdom and understanding, that you may understand truthfully the needs of the citizens of Chatham County. But I will add this: you must seek truth in your judgments and in your deliberation. The Bible says again, buy truth and do not sell it. You cannot change the truth. You may not like the truth. You may not agree with the truth, but the truth simply does not change. So where does truth come from? Truth comes from the same place that as it always comes, and that's from Almighty God. If truth is delegated to the whims of men, then it becomes subjective and not objective. Truth you can't replace, nor can you change it. So I've come here to encourage you, commissioners, and Mr. Chairman, and everybody that's here, to follow the truth. Just be truthful in everything you do. Would you pray with me, please?
Please stand.
O God, our Father, of ages past, and present, and in the future, same yesterday, today, and forever. We recognize your presence among us. You asked us and told us to seek wisdom, truth. And so my prayer this morning is for our chairman, our Chatham County Commissioners, and yes, for every person here, that truth may prevail and righteous judgment given and deliberated on the basis of what truth is. Not my truth, not someone else's truth, but what truth is. God bless this commission. And in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Once again, we thank you, Pastor, for being here with us and for bringing us your words. And exactly, you know, one of the sayings that we grew up with is there is three sets of truths: your truth, my truth, but the spiritual truth. And so following the spiritual truth is the guidance that you have given us, and we thank you for it.
Yes, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Roll call.
Chester A. Ellis, Chairman.
Present.
Bobby Lockett, District 3, Vice Chairman.
Present.
Melinda Scott Hodge, District 2, Chairman Pro Tem.
Present.
Anthony Wayne Noah, District 1.
Present.
Patrick K. Farrell, District 4. Tanya Milton, District 5.
Present.
Aaron Whiteley, District 6. Dean Kicklighter, District 7.
Here.
Marcia Buford, District 8.
Present.
Thank you so much. Let me ask now, in case I don't miss, do we have any constitutional officers with us? Any? All right. Let us go on to proclamations and special presentations, and let me ask for the members of the Veterans of America Chapter 671, if you will come forward. All of you who are coming, come on forward. And the spokesman take the center mic. All right? Who's gonna do the talking? There you go. All right? Before you is a proclamation from this county and from this chairman. And I'm gonna read it in part, and then I'll turn it over to you for all your comments. Whereas Chatham County and all of its citizens join the nation in honoring the memories of all our prisoners of war, POWs, and all our soldiers missing in actions, MIA, on this special POW MIA Recognition Day, and whereas the members of the Vietnam Veterans of America Savannah Chapter 671, along with their family and friends, will be holding their annual recognition to honor more than 82,000 POW MIAs who remain unaccounted for, as well as for those former POWs MIAs who have faithfully returned. Now, therefore, I, Chester A. Ellis, Chairman, on behalf of the Chatham County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim Friday, September 19, 2025, as POW MIA Recognition Day in Chatham County, as we honor the memories of the 4,400 POWs MIAs from World War I, 73,515 from World War II, 7,841 from the Korean War, 1,555 from the war in Vietnam, 25 from the Cold War, and 5 from Desert Storm and Iraq. In recognition of the 82,072 husbands, sons, and fathers, lest we forget them, and ask all citizens to join in thanking and paying very special tribute to all POW MIAs for the sacrifice they made for our country. In witness whereof, I here to set my hand and cause the seal of Chatham County, Georgia, to be affixed this 19th day of September 2025. The mic is yours.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of all the veterans of Chatham County, I wish to thank the Chatham County Commissioners for this proclamation. I would like to thank you very much for acknowledgement of all the veterans. The veterans appreciate Savannah for being who we are. We love our country and appreciate everything you do for our veterans. May God bless you and thank you for this proclamation done so very nicely. I'd like to invite you all to come today at 6 p.m. at our monument located in Emmett Park on Bay Street, where you can read this proclamation to the audience. Thank you, sir.
It is my plan. Hopefully, I'm gonna get through with everything, so I'll come rushing. It's gonna be close to 6, maybe after 6 before I get there. But I do plan, as I've done in the past, I do plan to attend today.
We appreciate hearing that. Thank you.
And that invitation extends to all the
Yes, sir.
commissioners as well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again, and you know, they say if we continue to speak their name, then that will be forgotten. And so
Yes,
we encourage all of Chatham County to continue to do that and to continue to recognize and remember.
Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here with us.
Thank
God
you.
bless you all. All right, call on you now. All right, it says Employee Service Awards, and Ms. Harley is here, right?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman,
right.
Commission. I'm going to ask Ms. Fields, our Human Resources Director, to come to the podium, and as we recognize county employees for their various years of service to this community. So, Ms. Fields?
All right, hold on there, I'm gonna hijack your presentation, all right? I'm gonna do, all the commissioners, please come join me. Where did Ms. Kramer go? She done started something and then she ran out. Oh, y'all come on. You know what, You know what I'm about to do, right? Yes. Oh, you know why I'm hijacking, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me hold your mic so they can hear. All right, now, the reason I'm hijacking. All right, that should do it. Okay, now, the reason I'm hijacking because that starts at 25, all right? But there is a special person who has been here longer than 35. And the first thing, I'm gonna give things away because I'm gonna ask his wife to come stand next to me. See, and I've been in the business so long until I was his wife's teacher. Don't I look good? All right, come on, baby. She knows, and he knows these one of my children.
Yeah.
I've got about 15,000 of them, but this one of my children. And if you want to get on my bad side, bother my children. All right, but today we're gonna step aside to start with 35 rather than 25 because Mr. Kegler has been with the county for 35 years. All right, and there is some special things they wanted to do and some special presentation. Did we get everybody to sign that card, Janice? You got everybody? Not finished? All right, well, we'll have to finish that afterwards. What else was there? Danielle? Where? You got something, Danielle? Oh, okay. I apologize to y'all, but y'all not invited to the cake and ice cream. This is the award. Now you all invited for me for me. I'm gonna give him the award, but Danielle just whispered it's cake and ice cream. All right. So if y'all don't have no ice cream, y'all better run down to Leopold's. But Mr. Kegler and Miss Kegler, because I know that if he put the time in, you put the time in, because it rolls off. So I just want us to take this special time from all the commissioners to let you know how much we appreciate you and the extra miles of the way that you go, no matter what time of the day or night. We can always capture you and get you into doing things that makes this county better, all right? And I'm so bullish to say that from this chairman, I don't think there is not a better county manager who has been, all right, who is and will be, all right? Because you don't go the extra mile. You go 10, 12, 14, sometimes 15 more miles out of the way to make sure that things operate for this county. And it gives us relief, all right, to hear that you have, your strength is, and this is the best way I can put it, your strength is that you identify the situation, you identify the problem, and you plot a solution. And you always have a solution to the problem. It may not fit with some people, but then we have to get our I don't care attitude about that, all right? But I just want to thank you for the job you're doing, the job you have done, and the job you will continue to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going down here on the end, and I'm going to start with Ms. Kramer, then we'll come back to you, all right?
Michael, just want to congratulate you on being here for 35 years. I haven't been here that long, but pretty close. I took a brief break and went to another employer and came back. And I remember the first time I saw Michael, he was walking through the hallway downstairs, and I was in the cashier window with one of our employees, and they were like, "That's Michael Kegler. He works in HR for Beverly Whitehead. And he's supposed to be really smart and talented." That was what I heard, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay, I haven't met him yet." So anyway, and then they took you out to Public Works for a while, so didn't see a whole lot of him. But we worked together a long time, and I just want to congratulate you.
Michael, thank you for being a good friend and a good county commissioner. Wish you well.
Mr. Michael, I want to thank you for your receptiveness of me coming on board. You've always been very helpful. You always answer my phone call, and I appreciate that more than anything. So best wishes.
So Michael is everything that everyone thinks he is. Highly intelligent. He's a consummate professional, a consummate gentleman. He's an amazing person, very forward thinking. But his selection in wife has me thinking more highly of him than anything he's ever done. I love both of them. They're incredible people. Thank you.
Michael, my buddy. I was 31 years old when I first started working with Michael, and so that's been 25 years now. So from the very beginning, I knew that when it came to character, there was no one any better than this man, and he's proven it time and time again. He is one of the best you'll ever find, and he would have been county manager several years ago if the commission would ever just listen to me, because I tried to get him hired, a couple of them back. And he's doing an outstanding job, and I hope this 35 years is not making you think of any kind of retirement, because we need you, buddy. We need you. But thank you.
Good morning. Mr. Kegler, thank you so much for 35 years. Even though my tenure has been short, it has been productive, and with your help, it has been wonderful. I did not know that you were married to Vanessa, because I knew Vanessa. But I am grateful for this time and this interaction that we've actually shared together on the commission, and I look forward to many, many more. Well, I'm not going to tell it all. But I've known the two of them for quite some time. I remember, I've always been impressed with Michael. Michael, as a young man, took charge over at Union, it was Union Camp then, was it? Before International Paper. So I always knew that he was a go-getter. And then, of course, I grew up with Vanessa. I'm a little bit older than she is, just a little bit though. But we've been church members together for a long time, so I'm just proud of both of you, and I'm really proud of you. And you know, Michael is really a gentleman. I'm really proud to take him to my meetings. He comes across. We got a meeting scheduled for next couple of weeks that he's gonna really have to come across. But he is so easy, and he makes it seem easy, and he kind of walks my constituents, my angry constituents, into a peaceful situation. So I'm really proud to have him as our county manager, and we'll keep working. Thank you. Congratulations, 35 years.
Mike, it's, man, I could sit here and just say a lot, but I won't. I will just say that you have been such a professional, such a great role model for folks such as myself and others in our community. And your work for the county is unprecedented. You're a history maker. You know, you are history in the flesh here. And so I'm honored to serve with you. And I will just say that our community is better because Mr. and Mrs. Kegler has served it. So thank you.
Well, be ready, right? Congratulations. Michael Kegler is a name that means something in this county. Our careers are paralleled. Every position he had, I've followed up in his footsteps, so I've always had to make my feet a little bigger to fit into Michael Kegler's shoes. But more importantly, these are amazing people. They're amazing citizens. We're children of Russ Abold and Beverly Whitehead. And we call their names because they still live in and through us, and we know that they have to be proud. Thank you for loving Mike. Thank you for allowing Mike to spread his wings and be able to do the amazing things that we've all known that he's been able to do. Congratulations, and we're looking forward to 35 more because you look exactly the same.
Let me have all the department heads. Now, if you're standing up, just raise your hand, but if you're sitting down, Y'all stand up. All department heads that are here, I want him to see who is here. All department heads who are here, all right? He's their boss, all right? And one of the things that I'll share with you all now is that when I became chairman, folks were, I'm a doer, a go-getter, all right? We can plan, but we ain't playing all day. We got to get something in action. And so they were worried that I was going to overshadow him by micromanaging. But let me tell you, you don't have to micromanage somebody who has a thought about how to get the job done, right? So as Mr. Kegler works with all the department heads and all the different things, folks ask me all the time, how do you keep up with all that? I wonder how he keeps up with all this, all right? But there is nothing. And the only thing I said to Mike as I became chairman was, don't let any department be doing anything or know anything that you don't know. If they're doing it, if they know it, you need to know, because people bring the complaints to you. And I say that to the commissioners too. See, if he knows it, then the commissioner needs to know that it's going on in their district, all right? So that they don't get blindsided. And I can say, as we stand here today, that we have not been blindsided by anything that came up when we have to send him those emails that curse us out. All right, we dump them on. Honestly, the buck stops here. It winds up on his desk, and he gives us solutions to the situations that we deal with constituents, with departments, and it's such a working, loving relationship until I don't think anybody could do better. All right, and so I just want to say congratulations to you for 35 years. And when I found out that Vanessa was your wife, then I'm like Melinda said, Commissioner Hart says, I knew you were doing all right because you did a good pick. All right. So again, let me say thank you and congratulations and now the floor is yours.
Well, I'm going to remember all of these kind words when it comes up for my evaluation, Mr. Chairman. I can honestly say that 35 years have flown by. We've had a great team, I had a great group of commissioners. We don't always agree, but we're agreeable. And it is a pleasure to work for the citizens of Chatham County. And I want to thank all of y'all for showing up today. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. The camera lady and I are going to take over. All right, y'all get your board right down. Y'all step up here. And let us get behind y'all. Y'all, let's close in. Close in so we can make sure. No. Yeah, just get it right up on the side. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Come right up on the side. Come up on the side. Yeah.
Awesome, yeah. I know you like to make a little room for the chair. All right. Okay, good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Could I ask department heads to come up at this time, or county attorneys? Yes.
All right. Where the camera go?
Here.
All right. She wants you to stay here, and all the departments here. Come
I don't know if I've got the juice to be kind.
Who does that now?
Samuel Jackson.
Who played the principal on the school?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Hey, baby. How are you? I'm going to ask you to step back just a moment. Come on down, right behind you. Come on in. We got to make a couple of layers here because I don't have the lens that wide. Come on in. Come on in. That's Can you stay here? You're short. You stay right where you are. Can they see? Come on over. Teresa, can you come over? Good. All right. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Hard to do.
I gotta get back to see y'all all.
Phone.
Y'all say Michael loves me best. There we go, thank you.
Okay. Congratulations. Hold on to the chart. Okay.
You're getting in trouble.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Congratulations,
All is well.
Sarah. Good to see you, ladies.
Yeah.
Was your trip fun?
Oh my gosh, I'm ready. I'm planning to do that.
Hey, Ms. Kegler.
Okay.
Hey, Ms. Kegler. How you doing?
We're going to keep the momentum going. With 25 years of service, Ms. Parvis Ali Yusuf. 15 years of service, Christopher Harris.
Congratulations.
The following employees have 10 years of service. Christopher Conaway. Kelvin Lewis. Miss Abigail Murphy. Miss Ferdaz Saif Aldin. Nathan Benson. The following employees have 5 years of service. Mr. Mark Adams. Corporal Jenny Cox. Corporal Matthew Diggins. Sergeant Philip Dudley. Mr. Rico Edwards.
This for my mama here, y'all. I ain't never worked for nobody for 5 years, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate this man right here. I'm gonna continue more.
Rico does a good job.
The hard work at Chatham County, continue working, man. My mama here though. Put this over here, so.
As you can tell by the screen, I flipped the script because they wanted him to be last, but I wanted him to be first. All right, because the head have to get the inspiration before the body gets it, and it's passed down. But again, on behalf of this commission, to our manager and all those who we celebrate today for your accomplishment, for your milestone, being employees here for Chatham County. We just want to thank you because the job you do makes our job much smoother, and we sleep better because we know that you're on the job, and even if you aren't working 24/7, your work that you do speak for you for 24/7. And again, we say congratulations and thank you. At this time, we are going to turn the floor over to the mayor, Mayor Van Johnson, who will come now as we swear in our youth commissioners, all right, for 2025. Let's give all department heads and employees a chance to leave out. So.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the commission. We appreciate the opportunity to be back before you. There are approximately 3,144 counties in the United States, or county type of entities. There are very big ones and there are very small ones. They're known for many different things. However, there is one area in which Chatham County is unparalleled among her peers, and that is in the issues of youth engagement and youth development. And that is specifically regarding the Chatham County Youth Commission. You all have here and have maintained now for 34 years the best practice in the nation. Before it was popular, Chatham County led the way in helping to make this type of dream happen. Among Mr. Kegler's legacies, about 34 years ago, Dr. Priscilla Thomas and your predecessors came up with this idea of being able to engage young people at a much earlier age and preparing them for governmental service. Beverly Whitehead, who was the Human Resources Director at the time, volunteered Mr. Kegler to serve as the first director of the Youth Commission. 35 years later, he's still here, so he must have done what she told him to do. But since that time, we have been able to create opportunities for young people to grow, to be able to live their best lives, but most importantly, to be good citizens. Our oldest youth commissioners are now almost 50. And one of our youth commissioners is now a juvenile court judge here in Chatham County. So that shows you that leadership, leaders are not born, leaders are made, and they're made by their village, and you all have provided the means by which this village is created. So this year's edition is exciting. As you know, we used to run about 50 young people, and then COVID kind of took us back a little bit, but we have 28 young people before you, 10 are returning. 18 are new, and they have spent their entire summer earning their way onto this organization, and so we present them to you today. This is a totally volunteer effort, and as I am fond of saying, that 100% of the funds that you donate and have donated now for well over 25 years goes 100% to program. The folks that do this, including myself, we're volunteers. We do this because we believe in young people, and we want to go to heaven when we die. And so we recognize that when we started this, I had a whole lot of hair. Matter of fact, I had hair I could have probably braided and twisted. Now I have none, and I can't do anything with it even if I wanted to. But I will tell you that it is among one of the most rewarding experiences to be able to see a young person come into their own and then have them to not only leave this community, but often come back to this community willing to find ways to be able to serve. And so this is also done with the great help of our advisors, Mrs. Linda Gordon, Mrs. Tamika Tribble, Miss Idell Bowles, Miss Willie Mae Knight, and Miss Octavia Brown. I ask we give them a round of applause for the work that they do. This is also the result of an amazing partnership between administrators and principals and teachers who allow us to not only engage young people at a very high level, but also excuse young people for their activities in the regarding to the Chatham County Youth Commission. So we thank them as well. And most importantly, we thank parents. It is often difficult, as we've learned sometimes, for parents to be able to give their young people to someone else. And yet they do it. And we challenge them, but we become partners in progress with these young people. So we're going to ask all parents and grandparents and big mamas and big papas and aunts and uncles that snuck away from work to be here to please stand, and let's recognize them as well. So parents and...
Y'all better clap for your people.
They get all dignified, so... and so I will ask the young people, as I call their names, to stand. Our chairperson this year is Miss Mariah Cade. She is a senior at Savannah Arts Academy, and she's in her second year. You standing? There he is. All right. Miss Shrila Patel is a junior at Savannah Early College. She is in her second year, and she's our vice chair. Okay. Our secretary is Miss Sydney Campbell. She is a junior at St. Vincent's Academy, and she's in her second year. Our parliamentarian is Miss Leilani Singleton. She's a junior at Woodville Tompkins, and she's in her second year. Jovel Hakerson is a junior at Calvary Day School, and she's in her first year. Ms. Jada Sams is a senior at Johnson High School, and she is one of our third-year members. Mr. Carson Beeson is from Savannah Christian. He is a sophomore. This is his first year. Miss Laura Burns is a junior at Savannah Classical Academy. She's in her first year. Miss Anaya Douglas is a junior at Jenkins High School. She's in her first year. Mr. Robert Federer is a junior at Benedictine Military Academy, and this is his first year. Miss Sasha Gendelman is a sophomore at Savannah Arts Academy. This is her first year. Mr. Adam Goodwin is a senior at Savannah Arts Academy. This is his first year. Miss Marin Hano is a sophomore at Savannah Arts Academy. This is her first year. Miss Nina Harris is a sophomore at Savannah Christian. This is her first year. Miss Milan Jackson is a junior at Woodville Tompkins. This is her second year. Mr. Miles King is a junior at Savannah Country Day School. This is his first year. Miss Saya King is a senior at Johnson High School. This is her second year. Mr. Kay McGinnis is a junior at Benedictine Military Academy. This is his first year. Miss Ariana Oliphant is a senior at New Hampstead High School. This is her first year. Miss Gabrielle Owens is a junior at Savannah Early College. This is her second year. Miss Sashi Patel is a sophomore at Savannah Christian. This is her first year. Mr. Terrence Patel is a sophomore at Savannah Christian. This is also his first year. Miss Rochelle Ann Salesman is a junior at Jenkins High School. This is her first year. Mr. Jamerson Scott is a sophomore at Jenkins High School. This is his first year. Miss Kimbria Simpson is a senior at Woodville Tompkins. This is her first year. Miss Madison Smith is a junior at Calvary Day School. This is her first year. Miss Aubriana West is a senior from Savannah E-Learning Academy. This is her third year, and she does not feel well, so she's not here today, so we wish her fast healing. Let's give her a round of applause anyway. And Miss Sabrina Woods is a junior at Calvary Day School, and this is her first year. Mr. Chairman, would you come down and please administer the oath of office to the Youth Commissioner?
If I turn it on, that'll be better. All right? Please repeat after me, and when I say I, then you say your name, okay? I, a citizen of the state of Georgia and the United States, and a member of the Chatham County Youth Commission, do hereby solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Georgia, that I will honorably and faithfully perform the duties assigned to me, that I will at all times abide by and conform to the law, ordinances, and rules and regulation approved by the Chatham County Commission. So help me God. I do. All right. Thank you all.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mariah Cade, and I am now your president of the Chatham County Youth Commission. I want to begin by thanking all of you for the opportunity to serve with Chatham County Youth Commission. It is a privilege to be a part of this important family, and I'm grateful for the trust you've placed in me, not only to serve, but to lead. As we look into the year ahead, I'm excited to continue building onto the foundation placed by many generations before me. I look forward to working with you all to support my peers, strengthen our community, and make a lasting impact together. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I can't wait to begin another amazing term.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, thank you so much for your time. And if there be no comments, Mr. Chairman, they really want to get back to school. They just really are just anxious for Friday tests and quizzes and things. So
I'm going to hold them up for a short minute.
Yes, sir.
And what I want them to do now is, if all of you will stand, Mayor, will you get in the middle here, and then let the officers stand on your right and left side? You're in charge of the camera's in charge of you now, but I want to make sure we get a picture, all right? So that means that you all have to come up. Everybody have to come up. And the mayor is going to get in the middle, all right? And then the officers, all of you don't get on the left-hand side. Some of you get on the right and left. And then move up so that, and let me say this now for, yeah, you got to bring it in some, but short folks, don't get in the back. Please, if you're short, get in the front. If you're short, get up front. But close in so that they get everybody in the snapshot, all right? Close in as much as possible. See that young lady right there now? She's short and she's trying to tiptoe to see over top of it. If you can't see the camera can't see you. Don't move. Yeah. Stand on their sides.
Mike.
That's good. That's good. I can't quite see the end of the purple. Do that just a little bit. There we go.
Where do you want
You want to come in?
No, man, we're good.
Let him come in right.
He's a youth commissioner too.
Yeah, but don't block her out now.
No.
Yeah,
But
don't
I
block
can see-
anybody
I can
out.
see it. No, you're good. Come on over this way, please, Mr. Cabler.
Okay.
There we go. I want to make sure I can see faces everywhere. Okay, back there, can't see you at all, go that way. Excellent. Y'all on the back. Pretty good, everybody. Okay. We're gonna do this. Oh, there's a lot of people. Say thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
They know better. Good job, good job. Everybody look forward this way, let me see. All facing, don't look bad, nobody neck.
Hold it.
Whole lot of smile, hold it. Nice, beautiful, beautiful. One more. Stay right there, big smile, hold it. Last shot. Everybody look forward, look up, hold it. Thank you.
All right, thank you to all of you who are part of the Youth Commissioner. And I know that you will do well, so go forth and do well. And as the mayor said, I know y'all are anxious to get back to school. All right? So you can return to class. While we're doing that, let me take this opportunity. Now, I'm hoping that he's not by himself. Professor Kelsey, I see you back there. I saw you when I came. Your kids, your students are here? You young people, stand up. Yeah, there you go. They're from the college, Savannah College of Art and Design. All right, and he makes a habit of bringing them to the commission meeting so they can learn the way. All right. And we thank you again for bringing them and for introducing them and for having them as a part of our proceedings. You're welcome at any time, all right? Even if Professor Kelsey don't make an assignment, you're welcome to come at any time. Thank you for being here. Thank you much. All right? We don't have any chairman items. We don't have any commission items. We don't have any table items. We go to items for individual action. The first is to request board approval of the following budget amendments and transfers. Fiscal year 2025 in the general fund, A, appropriate fund balance, $12,500,000 to increase transfer out to the capital improvement program fund. In the capital improvement fund, increase transfer in from the general fund, $12,500,000. Increase the Highway 17 Safe Community Center Facilities Project for $4 million. Establish a gymnasium project for $5 million. D, to increase CRIP contingency $3,500,000. Fiscal year 2026 in the multi-grant fund pending board approval of award. Increase revenue and expenditures $5,000 for the Roderick Fund Foundation grant. B, increase revenue and expenditures $5,000 for the Annie E. Casey Foundation grant. C, increase revenue and expenditures $88,211 for the Georgia Department of Family and Children's Services Family Resource Center grant. In the Special Service District Fund, increase transfers in from the Capital Improvement Program Fund, $235,000 to increase the Public Works Operation Budget. 3, in the Capital Improvement Program Fund, transfer $235,000 from the Public Works Contingency Project to transfer out to the Special Service District Fund. May I have a motion? I have a motion. May I have a second? All right, it's properly motion and second. Are there questions? Please cast your votes. All right, thank you. All right, board consideration of a request by an applicant, Frank Gaskler, is that how you pronounce that? For a variance from section 24-117/4B-C, 24-1202, and 24-124 of the flood damage prevention ordinance for unpermitted construction at the residence located at 2 Lake Drive, pin number, I blew something up. What did I do? All right, I'm back. Pin number 10055010005. Note, staff recommends denial. District 4, let me have a motion.
Point of order.
All right.
It's 22 Lake Drive, not 2 Lake.
22, oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
22 Lake Drive. All right, so let me have a motion. All right. Properly motion and second. Now we come to the unreadiness part.
To do what? Motion to.
The motion is to deny. That's the motion from the recommendation, the motion from the staff is to deny. All right. Okay. We got that. We got the second. So now we're to the unreadiness, and we have Mr. Vacker, who is speaking on behalf of the applicant, if I understand right?
Yes, sir.
All right. The mic is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. I'm Mike Vackwer, appearing here on behalf of Frank Glazer with Stay Heirloom on behalf of the owners of 22 Lake Street, which is 22 Lake LLC. I want to thank the engineering staff, Suzanne Cooler and Dr. Angela Bliss with Flood Damage Prevention Ordinance staff for working with us through what has been a rather complicated situation to untangle what we're dealing with here. Basically, we have a non-compliant piece of property. The property was purchased by the current owners in July of 22. There was a non-conversion clause that was attached to the documents that nobody realized until November 24, when there was an NOV issued by the county on the property that they were in violation of provisions of the flood prevention ordinance. The property was purchased, I believe, in July 22, and a number of revisions were done subsequent to the purchase, or subsequent to the non-conversion that was placed on the property in 2020. Again, current owners were not aware of that problem, and in fact did proceed with doing additional modifications to the property prior to understanding that that did not exist. And so what they are faced with now is to bring the property into compliance, which will cost somewhere in the vicinity of $200,000 to remove what is actually there on the ground floor, which includes a pre-existing bathroom and pre-existing rooms that were there at the time of purchase. And so basically what they are requesting is not a total denial of the variance, but to approve a variance subject to a mitigation plan, which you have in a letter document that I had sent to everyone yesterday from Mr. Glazer. And basically it would give them the opportunity to return the property to the as-is retention of the inherited improvements to the property that were there at the time of the purchase and were unknown at the time of purchase that they were in fact purchasing a property that was in violation of the flood damage prevention ordinance. They would work with the county engineering department to come up with a mitigation plan that would be acceptable, to do a number of things to bring it as much as in compliance as would be possible. Once again, to return it to the property, to the existence of the property at the time of purchase, which I believe was in July 2022. And so that is my client's request, and I will be glad to answer any questions that I can at this time.
All right, question from Commissioner Milton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Vacker, you said that they had a stop order in 2020?
No, I'm not aware of a stop order in 2020. The first order that they had as an NOV was on, I believe, November 4th, 2024. At which time we communicated with the staff, and it's taken quite a bit of time to unravel exactly what took place with this property and the modifications were placed on that property, surfacing the non-conversion agreement that they were not aware of.
Which was
So,
that was given in 2024?
no, that would have been given, I believe, in 2020. No, they bought it in 2022, and I believe the non-conversion dated back to 2020.
That's what I thought.
So there were pre-existing improvements that were made on that property on the ground floor, which basically consisted of a bathroom and a couple of rooms that I'm not sure that they were bedrooms at that time. And the property has been used as a short-term vacation rental, but as of the last notice on the property several weeks ago, it has been totally taken off of the market and will remain off of the market pending resolution of this issue.
So with all the work being done, it was never permitted?
The work, as I understand it, on the conversion was not permitted. We did a research of all the building permits in that area. There was not a building permit issued, and we don't have a clue who actually did the work on the property.
Does that not come with the title search when you buying property?
The non-conversion agreement should have been revealed with the title search. Again, it's my understanding the owners were not aware of that. I believe my client took over management of the property sometime in March of 2024. And so we're not responsible for what was done up until that time. That was done by the owners.
Okay. You got it.
It's very complicated.
It's complicated.
Yes.
It's complicated because what the stop order stopped them from doing anything else, but we're now requesting that they return it back to its.
What we are requesting is to be allowed to return the property to the condition it was in when we purchased the property, which we now understand was non-compliant even at that time.
So have we identified what those additions are?
We have them in the letter that was submitted, and we can work through with the county engineering department to better refine those so that we can bring them into some form of compliance for the property.
Okay.
All right, Commissioner Whiteley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the narrative on this, Mr. Vaquer. So I have a question more so I'll direct this to staff. Did this property not come before us before?
No.
No, sir, it's a different property.
Different one.
But it's like the same thing, a bathroom downstairs and.
It's, in the last one, there was an issue as to what the plans said. That was the argument. This is totally different, sir.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. And so now, so your client is asking to revert the property back to the original, the original setup when it was purchased, even though that was not compliant.
That is correct.
Got you. And then, Mr. Manager, could you explain why staff is recommending denial?
Yes, sir. I will ask Ms. Cooler, county engineer, to come to the podium. She can kind of give you an outline. Like I said, it's very convoluted, but I think it's the kind of situation where buyer beware. When you purchase a home or something like that, you really need to do your due diligence. And if you don't, then you're kind of stuck with the situation. So I'm gonna let Ms. Cooler go through her recommendation.
Good morning, Ms. Cooler.
Good morning. So there was a non-conversion agreement filed in 2019 is when that was filed. And it was based on when the home was constructed. It was in compliance when it was constructed. Plans were approved, the construction was approved, inspected, found to be compliant. Property owner got a certificate of occupancy based on that non-conversion agreement being in place. We started receiving complaints from the neighbors. A couple are here today. Started receiving complaints from neighbors about this structure last year, 2024, that they had done some unpermitted work in the house and were now renting it as a short-term vacation rental. And the septic system's needing pumping out frequently because it wasn't sized for as many people are now inhabiting it. So staff went out to check to see if there was in fact unpermitted work in the floodplain, and there had been. The bottom floor basically had been finished. The flood damage prevention ordinance says there can be no rooms finished in the downstairs and it can't be air conditioned. So that's where we said, well, wait a minute, this whole downstairs is now air conditioned, it is finished. You got to remove all that, and we have gone back and forth several times. According to the listing for the property, some of those improvements in one bathroom and a room at least had been finished when they purchased it. We were not aware because they did not get permits for that work as well. I will say that, and you asked the question, why are we recommending denial? And it's because our local ordinance and the federal regulations and guidance say no finished rooms in the bottom. They're proposing to dry flood-proof, meaning they'll put in flood-resistant materials for the part that was there when they purchased it. But even the federal guidance says that's only applicable if it's a non-residential structure. Residential structures can have nothing, not even dry flood-proofed. So that's why we recommend denial. What's at stake here is that if the county is found to not enforce our own ordinance, we risk being downgraded or even losing our certification. Currently, there are about 11,400 insurance policies, flood insurance policies in the unincorporated. Those policy holders save total over $2 million a year, and that's what's at risk, is that $2 million.
Okay, thank you for that. And it sounded like, so similar scenario, but same standards that we have to face. So I understand that. Thank you for that. I'm done, Mr. Chairman.
I have everybody to my left. All right, let's go to my right. No, No. What I'm asking you to do is speak in the mic.
I will. I think the concern here is or my biggest concern is the lack of knowledge of the non-conversion agreement. And that's not for county staff to give to a prospective homeowner. So I think we're kind of outside the bubble, and we need to stay outside the bubble because I live in a floodplain, and I would hate for my insurance to go up because of a mistake that was made on a purchase. So that's where I stand on this issue. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Hodge.
So the current work that was done by the current homeowner, it was unpermitted also?
Correct.
And had it been permitted, it would have been revealed that it would not have been permitted, correct?
Correct. It would have been found to be non-compliant, and we would not have permitted.
Okay. And I do have a question about, because you said it was a short-term rental as well. Do they need any type of licensing in the area where they reside for that short-term rental?
Yes.
Was that obtained?
Marcus can address that, but yes, they need that, and they also are, as I mentioned, are not compliant with their septic. So the health department is now looking for ways to bring that up to compliance.
Okay.
But Marcus can address the short-term vacation rental.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just to answer the question regarding the permit, there is a permit required for short-term rentals. The owners did receive a permit.
Okay.
The issue that Ms. Cooler brought up was that the house originally was built as a 3-bedroom home. It was permitted for that. And so with the number of bedrooms that have been added, that obviously increases the pressure on the septic system substantially.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Commissioner Lockett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What I'm pretty much saying is pretty well the same thing the county manager said. The buyer beware, let the buyer beware. And what I understand, the buyer was not aware what he should have done. And I'm also concerned about how the neighbors feel about this, which I've heard also that the neighbors did not particularly want this done. And just want to make you aware of that.
All right, that's it? That's all?
That's it, pretty well.
All right, Commissioner Farrell, you have? Cut your mic on.
It looks like the
proper course is to follow staff's recommendation to stay within the guidelines. I've heard from a lot of my constituents in a lot of different areas that there's a lot of short-term rentals going in these neighborhoods, and they're beefing up the bedrooms beyond what was permitted. And this is probably the first of many that we may be seeing. So unless we're willing to change our ordinance and change our direction, I think we need to follow what staff is recommending.
All right, did I get everybody now? All right, now, the only thing left for now is the motion on the floor is to deny the request. All you can do is vote it up and down. Please cast your votes. All right, it's denied. Let's
Mr.
move
Chairman,
on. Yes, sir.
One point of, just for the commission, Commissioner Farrell is right. We've seen an insurgence of short-term rentals throughout the county, and a lot of folks, they will market these homes, and they will have more people living there or staying there than the structure's actually designed for.
It's permitted for.
And so what we're doing, we're talking among staff, but we're going to have to increase our regulatory efforts along short-term rentals. I've received a lot of complaints over the last few weeks concerning short-term rentals. So you'll see something coming before you to increase the staffing in the building safety and regulatory services department to kind of police this a lot better, because we are seeing more and more of it, and we're seeing more and more complaints. So you'll see that coming for you.
Yeah, because as I said to you all yesterday, if we don't, we're going to open up a revolving door, and they'll be revolving in and out of here, and we'll be caught up in the same situation. Now, what they can do is they can go back to staff and find out how they can come into compliance and then come back later. But as of now, this is denied, and we can take care of it that way. All right.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
As someone that used to be a realtor, I would just tell the purchaser, the person that currently owns it, that the seller generally has the legal duty to disclose the material facts of something like a non-conversion clause. The buyers and sellers agents also must provide all relevant documentation. The title company, they should have been able to provide it also. And so in this case, I'm not an attorney, so I can't give legal advice, but you may want to contact an attorney and seek advice from an attorney on this.
All right.
As far as who to hold accountable.
All right.
Since it's not the county.
All right. Our attorney want to speak.
I don't have a lot to add other than the fact that the conversion agreement was of record filed, and it's in deed book 1869, page 601. If you do a title examination, you should come across that. Now, you got a person that didn't apply to get a permit to initially build in the basement. You had a non-conversion agreement on the property at the time they built it. You had a subsequent buyer that comes in and finishes out the floor. We're not talking about just a couple of more bedrooms. We're talking about something that qualifies a boutique hotel. And they didn't get a permit. So they had 3 chances at just following the law. And so I think it's somewhat disingenuous to say, oh, I didn't know that 8 bedrooms wasn't supposed to go in a 3-bedroom house. And we have asked citizens all over this county to comply with this ordinance, and for the most part they have. And we have also had people tear out bathrooms and bedrooms for non-compliance, and it's not a fun thing to do to go out and tell them that, tell them they got to cap off all their plumbing. But we do it because it's in the flood ordinance, which dictates whether we get flood insurance. And if we don't get flood insurance, you don't get a home mortgage. So they come in and audit that, and they have audited us about 6, 7 years ago, and I think we gave like 5 variances, and that was 5 too many.
And Mr. Chair, if I may say, I'm confident that we did the right thing.
Yeah.
I was just pointing out to the current owners that they feel that they're somehow not receiving justice, it would have to be done through a different avenue than here, because I do believe we did the right thing.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for your time and consideration.
No, sir. Stop.
Thank you, Mike.
Stop right there. All right. We've heard from the representative. We've heard from the commission. All right. We voted. It's over. All right. Let's move on. Fire chief.
Yeah, good.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, staff. Glad to be here again. So we're going to go down what we've been doing for the last quarter. Again, we always hit the operational highlights, community engagement, conclusion, and next steps and questions. So just to start off with, our fire response statistics. As you can see, for fire response only, as compared to last year at this time, we're slightly down at 8%, a little bit over 8% there, which is a good thing. That means we're not having to go out and assist people as much. And hopefully that is, part of our cause because of part of our prevention activities, getting out and about and putting in smoke alarms and things of that nature. Next is going to be our medical services response. So this is in addition to the calls we had listed before. So the community paramedic program since January 1 is responded to 903 calls. 221 is referrals for those. That means somebody referred us to them. I'm giving you a new breakdown. We're having some problems with some of our data. We have to merge some databases and stuff since we converted over to the county, and we're going to have that taken care of for your next report. So with all these calls I'm listed, does not mean that they are in contact with a patient. Some of them there's patient contact, like 725. Then they're canceled prior to arrival, 62, and you can see the rest. That's just the way we're going to list them. But we had a total of 903 call-outs for the BHU/Community Paramedic Program. Our ALS engine out on Skidaway, engine 305, we've had an additional 556 responses by them. That's primarily medical. And as you can see, it's the same layout. 389 are patient contacts, and then its list is down below. So this is roughly around 1,400 additional calls in addition to what the fire calls were. So it's almost 4,000 calls so far this year. Biospatial, I show you these all the time. I blended the two pictures that I usually have into one because they really relate together very much. So as of right now, it's 6,802 calls out of the biospatial. And again, I want to remind you that this data here comes from a clinician, some medical person that has went in and has verified that this is what it is. We may get a call out for somebody intoxicated or something like that, but it's really medical, it's not intoxication. So this is already vetted. So this is true data here. So far in the entire county, 6,802 is what we're looking at for mental health issues, suicide, overdose, or alcohol type cases that we know of, that somebody was contacted and responded to. Current recruit firefighter class, they're starting week 19 next week. They're just finishing up, or they finished up 18 this week. We have 14 candidates still left. In the class, they get emergency medical technician responder certifications or licensing, firefighter hazmat, fire safety education so they can get out and do community risk reduction, swift water, as well as vehicle extrication. That's the basic class that we give. It's 23 weeks long. So they're starting week 19. Their graduation will be October 23rd. You will get invites to that if you're available to come. You'll be seeing that very, very soon. they're very busy. It's a good group, solid group, and we look ahead, and they're going to do a great job. Our girls' camps, which I did mention to you guys back in March that we were going to hold, we did hold July 18th through the 20th. There was 7 young women that came in, and as you can see in the pictures there, they got hands-on. They got to see fire. We taught them about fire. Of course, we don't let them go in and fight fire, but they are outside of the building, and they was able to do some forcible entry, medical treatment, things of that nature, and it was a very, very good group. We had our ladies that work for us actually do the class with assistance from our training staff, and it was a really, really good group, and I feel that it was very beneficial. We will be holding another one next year. As well as we are planning on holding a boys' fire camp to try to get them in and see what we could do with them. Events we've participated in, 2025 Georgia Municipal Association Annual Convention. Chief McCrary, or Deputy Chief McCrary, and Battalion Chief Joe Shaw from the City of Savannah presented there jointly. It was a very good group, very beneficial. They got a lot. I think the group got a lot. There was a lot of back and forth questioning, and it was a good event. Stand Down for Homeless and Resource and Job Fair. We had our BHU go out there, CCPD, with CCPD, BHU, as well as our BHU individuals were out there as well, talking to the crowds. Then we have the San Antonio, Texas trip. We had members from BHU from the fireside, PD, Chief Hadley went, Tara Jennings went, and a few other people went out there. And this is South Texas Center. This is related to mental health, homelessness, things of that nature. They have a camp there, complex there, that it's a one-stop shop where they can help people. It get a lot of good information, and we'll be putting something together for you so you can just see what they're doing there. And it's an excellent program, and it's definitely something for us to watch and see how they continue to grow. We have attended numerous job fairs. We've got a lot of good, really, really good firefighters that are going out recruiting, and over the last month or two, they probably went out 10 times. We have another one scheduled very, very soon in October, and they're doing a very good job.
Can I ask a question?
Commissioner.
Yeah, on the recruiting, how does the department stand on positions being filled or vacant? You know, we seem to be in lots of departments are having trouble staffing. So where do we stand today?
Yes, sir.
On
so
staffing?
we hold at 30 positions that are vacant now. We have brought on 4 in the last month and a half. We've also lost about 2 or 3. We have 4 more in the pipeline that are going to be testing. I know one of them will be tested next week. We have 3 others. I'm just waiting to hear back. So, and plus the recruit school. So we will definitely have to have another recruit school. We're out there. We're out there a lot. And, you know, and with the county benefits and everything, it's just, we're having the same problem as everybody else, but we're pushing on. Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Commissioner.
What is the current staffing level? How many do we have currently staffed on the fire department side?
So on the fire department side, I believe it's 132 at this time.
And how many on the EMS side?
Oh, with the BHU?
Yes.
4, hold on. We just added 2 positions. 6. One of them has not started. The clinician hasn't started yet.
Gotcha. And am I correct in saying you stated in a previous slide, 6,802 calls?
No, 6,802 is what Biospatial says that countywide we have issues or cases that are suicide, opioid, so forth and so on.
Okay. So
Number of calls so far is 903
for
BHU.
Thank you. And
Yes.
total calls for fire?
Total calls,
Roughly.
it's in there. It's probably 2,000 something, somewhere around in there.
Well, I mean, the numbers, if it's 900 and 2,000, where 50% of our calls are, but less than 5%, well, right at 5%, are staffing for BHU. Is there additional need for staffing on the EMS side?
Yes, sir.
Or,
Yes, sir.
and we're looking at that?
Yes, sir.
It just seems like what I don't want to do is all of a sudden we lose 4 of them because they're worked 10 times the amount that they should be worked.
So we
And
have, we do not respond, we are not dispatched on 911 calls yet. What we do is we use it as referrals. We self-assign if we have somebody.
You're talking about fire.
No, I'm talking about BHU.
BHU.
So mental
But we
health,
still
homeless.
ran 903 calls.
Correct. A lot of those are follow-ups. You know, you get your
I got it.
patients, you got follow-ups, things of that nature.
I'm just saying 903, which is almost half.
Yes, sir.
We have, which is 50%, and we have less than 6%
So
staffing for the same amount of calls. And I've been there, I know what the call volume does to a person. And what I don't want to do is see the same vacancy on the EMS side or the BHU side as we're seeing on the fire side.
So
That's
as
my
of right now,
concern.
I'm not really concerned with that yet.
Okay.
We just was able to hire 2 more BHU or community paramedics. They just started like within the last 2 weeks, so they're pumped up and ready to go, and the whole group's ready. We have a licensed clinician also coming on in October. I can't remember a specific date. That's an additional staff person, so we will have 6 where before we only had 3.
Okay. I just don't want to see burnout.
Yes, sir. Yes,
If we need more, we need more.
Anything else? Go ahead.
Citizens request, I always want to put this out there, and it's got the QR code and anybody, in case anybody needs it, but you can also go to our website. We've had over 1,800 contacts so far. Usually October, November is our biggest time to get out and about, and some in December. So 1,800 contacts. You know, we provide free smoke alarms. We've went out and bit plenty of the districts before, installation, Knox box assistance. And what I mean by that, if you have a Knox box on your home, we'll open it up and let you put your keys in, and then we utilize it for emergencies. We don't install them or buy them or anything like that for you. Home safety checks, which is always good for us to come out and do. And all it is we go in and see if we see any hazards, tripping hazards, fire hazards, anything like that. And then any type of special events request. So a school may ask us to come out, or some other entity may ask us to come out, or they may want to come and visit the fire station, which we're open to do. They just go onto our website and put in a request, and we will reach back out to them probably within 24, 48 hours to set that up.
What number should a constituent call about a smoke alarm installation?
If they cannot do it online,
Correct.
it's best to do it online. Call headquarters, 219-0420.
420.
Area code 912, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. So this is one of our biggest things. We really want to make contact with people and talk to them about fire safety and things of that nature, try to keep people safe. Prevention is the best thing to do.
Absolutely.
Conclusion and next steps. So Fire Prevention Week is October 5th through the 11th, 2025. I'll be sending you something for a proclamation for that and what we might want to do, get that to you. And again, the Recruit Academy graduation is October 23rd. An invite will be coming out to you guys. This year, the Fire Prevention Week theme is Charge into Fire Safety, and basically it's all based on lithium-ion batteries in your home. Everything's going battery, and there are some precautions that people need to take, and they just don't understand it because they don't read the fine print or just, you know, get out and find out. Okay? Anybody got any questions, further questions?
Any questions? All right. Make sure you get that to Miss Janet. Yeah. Make sure you get that to her today. All right, because things are filling up fast about proclamations and so forth. And,
We'll do it.
I don't want to have to deny you, but I will.
Yes, sir.
All right. So make sure you get that to her so we can get it all in line with keeping. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for what you all do.
Thank you.
All right. May I have a motion to accept the action calendar in its entirety? Yeah.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman, and we can accept the action calendar in its entirety.
All right. Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, no problem. It's been properly motioned and second that we accept the action calendar in entirety. Are you ready for the question, Commissioner Farrell? Go.
Yeah, could someone talk to us a little bit about the Mighty Eighth? The $500,000 more dollars for the museum improvements?
Yes, sir.
Just a little background.
The board.
It's number 7 on your thing.
We got a CIP project where the board awarded money to the Mighty Eighth for the renovations. It came in a little less than what the 500,000 is what, we had a little more than 500,000 left over. They came back with some additional renovations that they needed to make, some issues with the roof and a couple other things that they needed to do. And this was, they had a laundry list of things that they needed to do, but they only had about 500,000 that was left. So this, what this does is allow them to use that 500,000 for the additional renovations that they want.
And are the other original renovations completed, or?
Just about, yes, sir.
And the county, that's one of our properties?
We own the building, the Mighty Eighth, they operate.
Correct.
And they're increasing the exhibit space and some offices and stuff like that. And when they came to this board, I think it was $4 million what y'all allocated, and they were supposed to raise the additional funds, and they far exceeded what they told y'all they were going to raise. So they've got a lot of private donations. But at a building like that, there's still a lot to do, and it's a treasure in this community, so we want to continue to support them. But like I said, we own the building.
Well, I appreciate the update, and I full-heartedly support the enhancements to the facility.
There's going to be a point here in the future, and I'll talk with the executive director of that and get y'all out there and let y'all have the tour to see the renovations that's been done.
All right. Please cast your votes. All right. We don't have any first readers, nor do we have a second reader. May we go to you, Mr. Manager, for information?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. In front of you, you've got a packet of information, but what I'd like to really draw your attention to is tomorrow, September 20th, out at Memorial Stadium, we're having a Public Safety Employees Appreciation Day. We're inviting all county public safety employees and their families just to show appreciation. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I really would encourage the commission to at least stop by and shake some hands, let the public safety folks see you out there. It really goes a long way. Those men and women, they do an excellent job for this community, and we really want to show appreciation to them. That's it, Mr. Chairman.
All right. With that, there is a need for us to have executive session for litigation, appointments, and land acquisition. All right. May I have a motion to recess?
Motion to recess into executive session.
There's a second? Second. Properly motion and second that we recess into executive session. Questions? Please cast your votes. Cast the votes. Cast the votes. All right, we're in the exec session.